G'day Spurs fans, Paul the Hotspur hippie here, the only psychedelic soccer show on the internet. I hope you're all well out there. We had a game of football last night and my bottom line is I was thoroughly excited by it. I thought it was a real interesting game of football and I thought it was a great performance by the Lily Whites. Much better than last year, eh? It looked for a while like it would be a turnover of last year, a bit of sweet revenge. Didn't quite pan out that way. But overall we showed a lot of steely resolve and a bit of consistency. I'm seeing, well, it's 5 games in, isn't it? Bit of consistency, wobble against Bournemouth, but on the whole I think we're doing really well. Anyway, as for the game, both teams played well. I think we had the ascendancy in the game more than Brighton. So biased old me would say, you know, would have loved to have won that game. But you can see Brighton are a decent team, quality team. And so are we, and I think we're just a little bit better than them, so this bodes well for me for the rest of the season anyway. Anyway, the game itself, we came out pumping. Maybe a little bit of a couple of times during the game, the link-up play between the wingers and the midfielders, the psychic connection has not been built yet, but it will come. No big, huge, calamitous cock-ups or anything like that, I'd say, in the whole game, but football is a game of mistakes. I'll just say that. So anyway, Brighton scored no early goal. It was, I think the first one, yeah, it was the one over the top. So Hove lost it near their box. A couple of passes later, Brighton put one over the top and it was a 1v1. Vicario, you know, it's hard those 1v1s. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. Both as a striker or a goalkeeper, not to be that time. 1-0 Brighton. I wasn't disturbed because I could see we were playing well. And for a lot of the half we did have a lot of possession. We were playing some good stuff. I think Romero, his defence was, he's a great captain, I reckon. I think he's going to hopefully achieve a lot of success in that role for us. I'd like to see him lift a few cups really. Some of the timing of his tackles is just, it's off the chain, isn't it? And not only does he tackle well, but a lot of the time he also progresses play as well. It's not just like booting it out for a corner or something like that. It really is good football from Romero. We started Udogie instead of Spencer at left back, and you can see they're in competition. They're sharpening each other up. Udogie had a great game, absolute great game. In midfield, Paulinho is just continuing to knock my socks off. He's like having like a Romero in midfield. He's so dominant, nothing gets past him. And he knows when to put the right tackle in, and he can go forward as well. So Paulinho, a great signing, and then in front of him on the right was Mohamed Kudus, who Brighton had to put 2 or 3 players on, as most teams we played this year have to put 2 or 3 players on him just to try and quell him, and they couldn't quell him because later on he got an assist, well, sort of own goal, but a lot of pressure, really good football from him. Berval dancing all over the place. We looked good. Bentancur also was helping out defending. You know, it's not just a question of pressing and closing them down with the ball. We're picking our moments to put tackles in as well, which I think is making us stronger and stronger. Stronger than last year. I don't think we were quite doing that. It was more tentatively, you know, trying to nick the ball, whereas I'm seeing more defensive kind of slide tackles going in. So that's really good. That's a really good change by Thomas Frank. Anyways, as the half wore on, Brighton then got a second goal. Again, I wasn't disturbed by this because 2-0 is an awkward score. We found that out last year. What was the second one? It was, it was the long range shot. So Berval loses it near on the right hand side for us. A long range shot. It's a great shot. It had a bit of knuckle on it, so it was moving a little bit. I think on any other day, Vicario would have been able to handle that one, but no one is perfect, and I hope people aren't having a go at Vicario, because I think he's a great keeper. I really like him. Apart from that, you know, his distribution was good. He didn't let himself get under pressure. I like it that we've got the option of not always having to play out from the bloody back. You can just give the damn thing a whack to alleviate some pressure, because there's always a time and a place for that. So we're doing that, which is good. Another improvement over last year. And as we went into the end of the first half, I was still reasonably cool, calm and collected. I was quite confident about the whole thing still, because I thought we showed enough that, you know, if we penetrate, like Richie had a few chances, didn't quite get there. Xavi, is definitely warming into the Premier League. Just a couple of percent off, but you know, the rate he's improving, I think he's going to be great. I love the way he drifts into the middle. He did it a few times. You know, there's a crap way of doing that, and he's got a good way, and he got some shots. He got some decent shots off. So we came out with the second half, and we were really. It was like a replay of last year in some ways for me. Whereas last year, Tottenham came out in the second half. I think we were a bit cocky, a bit complacent. I think we thought we'd won it. And I think that our rot really started with a bit of shenanigans, especially like from Maddison going down and rolling over and trying to milk a free kick and not getting up, sort of winding down the clock. It looked like Brighton, either they were unfit or they thought they'd got it, because they were just that little bit slower, a little bit more hesitant when they had the ball. And that allowed us to really nick the ball off them a lot, which was great. So when our goal did come, which was a nice bit of play in the box, finished by Richie. Hey, 3 goals this season. Don't let anyone tell you he's crap. 3 goals is great. He tried to hit it at the keeper, in fairness to him though, but the keeper couldn't save it. Just make sure my mic's on. This is take 2. Yeah, Richie's eager to have a crack. He's got a scowl on his face. There's a bit of kerfuffle here, and this is Piedmont I'm at the moment. So I hope everyone's all right. Anyway, it was good. It was good. I thought we played really well. Interesting. You know, I think Thomas Frank is being on the money with his substitutions. Interesting. You know, Gray came on. I think a lot was made before the game about Thomas Frank's comments about Gray. He sees him more in midfield than in defence, and I think some people have taken that to be like a criticism of Ange, but lest we forget why the fuck Gray was being played in defence last year, because we didn't have any defenders, did we? No Romero, no Van der Ven, we didn't have Danso, Dragoshin then got crocked, so we had to play him. We had to play him in defence, and I think Archie Gray did a fine job showing his great versatility. I found it a fascinating game to watch. I found it really interesting and very exciting as well. To say it could have gone either way, I'm not so sure about that. I was confident Tottenham would get something out of the game, but it's all, you know, it's nice being confident, but it's nice when they bloody do it, you know what I mean? So that was good. But the period, especially at the beginning of the second half, we were very dominant. Brighton looked a little bit, like, as I say, hesitant. And then Brighton started coming back again. They were counter-attacking very well, and it did require some very good defence from Porro, Udogie, Van der Ven and Romero to nullify their attack, which they did very well. So there was a bit of tussle there. There was a tussle. We were on top. Brighton came back, not fully as good as us, I don't think, but they still gave it a damn good go. They played very well. But in the end, I think our quality showed. I think we're surprising quite a few people this year. I'm not surprised, because we are the greatest team the Galaxy's ever seen, let's face it. Always have been. Now, for you stat freaks out there, the Dreamometer. Well, last year we of course lost this fixture under embarrassing circumstances. So we got a point this year, so that's 1 extra point on the Dreamometer, which takes us up to 5 on that one, which is now, I don't know, that's on 43 points, but that will increase the more games we play. It looks like so far, as we've gained 5 points over the fixtures last year, 1 point per game on average. 1 point on average we're gaining on last year. Extrapolating that, you get 38 extra points. Add that to 38 from last year, that gives us 76. Last year, that would be enough for us to finish second behind Liverpool. And also the pro rata. If you take our 10 games, our 10 points, we've played 5 games, 2 points a game, times that by 38, again, 76 points. I wonder if the stars are aligning for 76 points this year for Spurs. But I do feel that we have got quite a few fixtures that we can turn over on last year, so I think that's going to increase. But it's looking good for Spurs. I'm really enjoying. I did a watch along last night, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thanks to everyone who watched. If you want to know when I'm going live, you can always hit that subscribe and bell icon and all that. And we do have a Google. Don't take it so seriously. I did have a quick browse around the Spurs sphere very briefly afterwards, and of course everyone's fucking moaning. but I can't help it. I like watching my team play through thick and thin, win, lose or draw, and I found it exciting, entertaining, and well worth staying up late to watch. So until next time, folks, I'll say peace and love, man, peace and love, and come on, you Spurs.